Where's that Doom that you were hoping for?
I was hoping for them to pick this Doom earlier. Now, after seeing everything that they got, it doesn't feel as good. Let's say, again, like you need to have them, I don't know, drop down a tombstone, whatever. Just have something. I said 65-35 for the previous game for Extreme Gaming. Gonna be sticking with those numbers, and this one might be even higher. I think
70-30.
Maybe even. I think Yakult Brothers are having some of the issues playing against Extreme Gaming. They are getting outdrafted, so they need to outplay them. But again, with the lineup like this, it needs to be a lot of tempo. It needs to be Bobica doing some crazy shit, maybe going for, we've seen 9 class going for Armlet type of a build where he wants to solo kill the guy. XXS is going to be, or at least that Prophet, are going to be these heroes that can be killed from 100 to 0 if he's going to be going for that. But not an easy task for him to ask, because who's going to be setting things up? Emo needs to go in. He needs to soak up a lot of that attention. But again, they do have good amount of control against him.
And what's the kind of build that Emo needs to go for in a game like this? Because if he's going to be playing aggressive like that, are we looking more for that first item Ags or that Spirit Vessel kind of build?
I think he needs to go Vessel. You're playing against Timbersaw and that Prophet. You want to be reducing that healing and having much more impact. He's still thinking about it. He is toying with the idea, already queued up his items in a quick buy with the treads and everything. But if you're going for Spirit Vessel, you kind of want to not buy treads immediately. I think you want to start with Earn and then see how it's going to go.
We'll have to see. I'm worried for Yakult in this one. But it does start with Emo probably having a good time over in the mid lane. He is back on a Spirit Hero, so he is, of course, with that Spirit Hero level 30. This lane again top, though, for Yakult doesn't really feel like it's got kill potential. Maybe on Jinkyu with a net and a reel in, but Timber feels like he's going to have a fun game overall, and Polosin getting behind the tier 1 tower and taking out a courier. This does worry me. But how can Fly do on this TA? Great farming hero, but do you have the lockdown and the damage that'll make a difference in a game like this?
Yeah, I think both of them will need to be paired up together, position 1 and position 2, to be able to do stuff. XXS, again, playing the same lane with Earthshaker, who's giving him free time. And now pulling the lane. Ollie, he can't really do much. Deluge is nice. It sets the max movement speed to 230, but Jinkyu doesn't care too much about it. Again, finding a way how to play the lane, which can't really be punished.
This will be XXS again, going into most likely 2 in the reactive armor, and then Jinkyu's free to do whatever he wants. Like, you can see Fly, yeah, he tickles XXS, but overall, like, it really isn't something that discourages him in the lane.
Trying to pull the lane to the stack camp on the side, but XXS also draws the aggro of the creeps, pulls it next to the tower, where he's going to be having tower regeneration as well, have more protection. These are experienced athletes. They know these matchups really well, and they're doing the same thing in the bottom lane. Bobica pulling the lane back between tier 1 and tier 2 tower. He wants some of the solo XP for himself. They don't want to play against ET. 2 melee matchups into ET could be a bit more difficult.
How good are these matchups going to feel for him? Wi-Fi's getting some decent CS over in this lane, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, bottom lane's not going to be fun going up against the Medusa Elder Titan combo. Right now, Bobica, he's by the tier 2 tower and has left Old 11 to kind of just get some solo experience and farm in front of the face of Polosin and Ame. Gotta be careful. Elder Titan will run at you and make your life a little bit more miserable when that spirit comes in and gives that extra damage.
Extreme Gaming also doing much better in the lanes. This is I would say never, maybe even was a team that was heavily focused on the lanes, but seeing them how they're playing the lanes so well in these qualifiers gives me a good hope if they're going to be qualifying and playing against international teams where they're pushing out the waves. They also did pick up both of the Lotuses in the sides, playing these matchups real nicely, securing the farm for both Medusa and their Timbersaw.
Yeah, Timbersaw already set here 1-0-2. XXS should feel fine. That leaves Jin Q to kind of roam around. Right now, just in the face of Ali. Not going towards mid or anything yet for the 4-minute water runes, but we should see some rotations for that 6-minute power rune. Wouldn't be surprised. Timo's got that bottle. He's picked up those boots. He's doing well against this Death Prophet. It's about even. But a couple more denies here for XM overall. Now there's the net, there's the fissure, a little Crypt Swarm action. Might be first blood, Dissimulate lands, and it's first blood for Emo. On a rotation from Jinkyu where he tries to help XM out, but ends up hurting him more than anything by giving that first blood over to Emo.
Wanted a little bit too much, I would say. Needs to be careful about reel in, pull from Remnant, getting close to the tower. How's Old 11 doing? We didn't talk too much about him, sitting at only 14 CS in the bottom lane.
You know, Doom kind of existing. We've seen this be okay against the Medusa, though. The Doom holding on to mana burn and making Medusa's life harder. It was Ame in a safe lane that I believe was playing the Doom when we saw it against Medusa. Held onto that mana burn pretty much the entire game. Let's see if that ends up being the case. 5-5. There was potentially a fissure to lock him under the tower, but not thrown over, and won't end up being in any dangerous positions thus far. Another movement over. Jinkyu only level 2. This is one of the things that they kind of had happen in game number 1, where their supports were low on experience.
He is stacking pretty much the same thing he did in game number 1, going for the rune, XM. Oh, he's going to pick up the shield rune. Has 2 Spirit Siphon charges, so he's fine. Doesn't have that much mana to work with, but again, he does have Magic Horn charges if he wants to pop it. Even Boboka came to the mid lane.
Yeah, Boboka is also just sitting here at level 2. The supports in terms of experience don't exactly have a lot. With an Astral Step on to XM. Has that second step, has himself 8 wand charges there too. This has left Old 11 to try and farm up by himself up against Ame, who doesn't have a lot of mana, but does have 8 wand charges, mangoes, and lotus petals ready to go.
I really like adjustments from Ame. Seeing that there is mana burn creep on Doom, does pick up second Null Talisman to have that extra bit of mana regeneration. Mana regen has been nerfed on Medusa. Intelligence gain, Mystic Snake, mana gain also has been nerfed. Jinkyu.
This is going to be tough. Fissure. Emo, now 3 heroes here, has to concede the Shrine of Wisdom. That one was a little bit dangerous, but he won't pay for it really at all. Both teams getting their shrine. Another one picked up by Boboka, who is halfway to level 4.
Old 11 diving bottom, burning his mana constantly.
Yeah, Ame, you know, he is ready with the mangoes and the wand charges, but he's only got 2 wand charges now and 2 mangoes. A little bit nervous that
available
if he pops,
on Polosun.
Yeah, so they do have a lot of mana for him, but if he pops those mangoes, he might just end up getting mana burden again. Doom is used, and they
pop
feed
those
him a
mangoes.
bunch of mangoes. It's a feast for this Medusa. A way to stop the Doom from being effective. I mean, he ate both mangoes. Polosin gave him both mangoes. That was...
And also, you can use items while you're doomed, which this is why matchup against Medusa isn't really that great. So she uses magic wand, she gets mana back, doesn't get the HP back, but it's still more than fine. XM, first exorcism.
Over in the top lane. trying to disrupt the farm of Fly because he's doing well. Top of the net worth at the moment. Being really greedy over here. God. So Doom on cooldown for 70 seconds, but they're going to make the jump on a Pelosin over bottom. Gorgon's Grass used by Ame. Astral Step again. Pelosin still alive. Mystic Snake. Emo. He is one shot from dead. Ollie gets that kill on a Pelosin, but man, oh man, is Emo playing on the edge.
Emo, he was down to 11 HP, and now Ollie is running away. XM, 346. Never mind. XXS is here.
Come through the gate. Whirling Death, get a kill, go back. Life is easy. Thanks for the kill participation, XXS. What is Bobica got queued up? All right, just Gloves of Haste. Wondering, yeah, he's got treads.
You were thinking about Hand of Midas, huh?
No. I'm wondering if like Bobica does something real out there. Wondering what out there item he would go for. He is in trouble though. And by out there I mean he's dead out there. Emo's going for Midas. He's got those Gloves of Haste picked up, but he wants the Midas, so he thinks this game's going to be slow, which has been the case. I mean, between these two teams. Hey guys, all right,
in and out.
Guys.
Use Soul Ring and look at the smile on his face.
It's a smile of a guy who's been in the pro scene since he was 15.
He's
XXS, a real
really
staple
young.
of the Chinese scene. Yeah, he's like 24 or something like that. He's been here forever. Ame, bottom lane, in trouble. This time, Doom again. Where's your mangoes? Oh, he gets a couple, but it's not going to matter this time around. Fly's got the extra damage. Pelosin, he'll be chased. Meanwhile, XM got the kill onto Emo. That's a double kill for Fly, and now they even look for XXS, but Old 11 doesn't have a lot of health to really dive in deep on this.
While all this was happening, they did manage to get the kill on Emo in the mid lane, getting some valuable XP for Earthshaker. We saw Xinkyu not having that much XP in the previous game at the early start. He's about to crack level 6 right now. They will take another tower without committing with Exorcism, and he does have 6 Spirit Collector already.
Is that a good number? I'm never really sure with this this facet.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's a really good Spirit Collector number?
You just want to be active on the map.
Okay.
Get some
Sure.
kills. Those ghosts, they become much stronger, and then you can go for a push. It also looks funny when you trap them inside.
Ame again. He's got 4 wand charges, and that's it.
Lost all of his mana. Ahmed doesn't have that much farm. He's actually the lowest network core in this game. Fly having a blast of a game. And look at this. This is something that Mickey did the first time I saw it. This was maybe even a full year ago, where he did go for Maelstrom as his item. So instead of going for physical damage, seeing that there is Medusa, there is Timbersaw as well. So wants to deal a bit of a mixed damage, physical and magical. And also knowing that eventually Medusa will pick up Butterfly, so preparing for that.
Coming through with a sleep. Emo Echo Slam committed by Xinkyu. Emo tipped by Pelosin. That was, I think that's
from the last game.
From the last game when he tipped him his silencer. Xinkyu with a fissure getting that double kill. Yeah, that's retribution. We get a look at Emo's webcam for a second. See if he's doing all right. I'm kind of.
We're not in
curious.
question mark territory yet. They need to lose this game, and then he's gonna be ready.
He's still kind of smiling. No heart. I think when you call yourself the god of the mid lane, and you've got the personality that Emo does, I think you know tips are gonna come back your way.
Oh, for sure. This is a big kill.
Good fissure on a 3, but they've got the net. They have the reel in. This should be an easy kill, and it will be. Old 11 getting credit for that one. They want more. Yeah, Pelosin if you die, just know you're also probably getting tipped. But old 11, he gets caught. XXS is here. Firefly shows up. Has some decent damage on the XXS, but just not enough to really commit. The fissure under the tower. Firefly will start to back away, clean up some creeps before doing so. Out of Atos for XM.
He was thinking what he needs to buy, thinking about getting the Aghanim Scepter straight away, but this is also your setup for the Silence. Silence projectile speed has been increased by 200 in the previous patch, which makes it actually a viable spell. I think we might also, considering how strong Death Prophet is right now, maybe we don't need to do anything to her, but I would also love this Silence to be something else, like we did with Drow Ranger Silence, where it's actually a gun now, so it pushes people away. I would love to see some kind of an improvement to this Silence as well, so it's not just a flat Silence. I don't know if you played Artifact, but there's a guy called Rex that had absolutely nothing. Drow Ranger had 4 mana Silence that did AoE to the neighbors, to the adjacent units, and his Silence costs 5 mana, and it's only on 1 unit.
Yeah, you're still one of like 7 people who still play that
Shut
game.
up.
I'm trying to teach you magic over the green room, and you're just like, you want to play some Artifact? I'm like, I don't know about
I like
that.
card games. I always did.
Yeah.
Fly,
Meanwhile,
fly.
by the way, all right, fly.
All right, fly. I said it first. Fly. I'd get caught here. Hiding with Meld.
He's hiding with Meld. By the way, there was a there was an Echo Stomp missed on Emo. Tips below some back right away.
This is what
here.
Maelstrom gets you. You get to sit in the Meld and do absolutely
There
nothing.
we go.
Eventually, he is going to run away. We'll place a trap near the Twin Gate to make sure he's going to be seeing those rotations.
I was sitting in that Meld like he was charging up a Spirit Bomb. I mean, a couple episodes trying to get some extra power, but now he's out of the Meld. He's happy. Level 13. Ame only currently level 11.
Ame was thinking what he needs to buy, and he's like, oh, enemy carry. He's going for Maelstrom. That must be a really good item. I will copy what he's doing because I am far behind and I need to catch up. He's almost 3,000 gold behind him at the moment. He saw the Maelstrom and for sure definitely decided that he will not be going for the Butterfly this game. Instead, this is going to be Maelstrom / Mjolnir into Aghanim Scepter. Aghanim Scepter is basically your old level 25 talent, which does apply secondary attacks from the split shot, and it also increases the arrow count, so extra targets 5. Makes it insane amount of damage that you deal. It's also good because you proc through refraction. Like Maelstrom proc takes off 2 charges with the attack.
17 minutes in, things are quiet again. Does feel like this benefits Xtreme, but this time around, Ame is not nearly as farmed as this Fen.
People definitely need a bit more time in this game compared to the previous game, where he was the one controlling the tempo. Now it needs to be XM, it needs to be XXS, and they are building into different items as well. They are going for Lotus Orb, removing the Silence Trap from TA, which is going to come out shortly. Great against Doom, great against Sunder as well, removing Reflection. And seeing what Old 11 is going for. He wants to scale. His BKB is getting delivered on the courier. Actually just got it.
They've got 2 drums. He's got drums. Terrorblade's got drums. We call that in the hippie crowd who watch fish. It is a drum circle. So, you know, it's fun times together.
Never been a part of hippie group.
It's fun.
Missed out a lot in
There's
life.
still time. Doom, reflected Lotus. That puts it back on old 11. The fissure through the middle. The Earth Splitter also landing, but that's going to be a dead XXS. Doom should be able to survive through this. There was that extra damage from Firefly. Emo coming through looking for the Aether Ribbon that doesn't land onto XM.
Makes you with double damage.
The stun. There's the fissure on a Firefly. Doesn't have the refraction. Taking a lot of damage. Needs to go off to the side, but the silence lands. They go to the song, and now they're going to try and TP out. Good job there by Ollie. Good song to save Fly, who is definitely in danger.
Oof, this could have been a disastrous fight. Ame coming in clutch with amplified damage, gets a really good stone gaze as well. Exo. This is why Naga Siren is good, because you can disengage a fight. But again, I would still love to see some kind of a combo. Even though XXS gets the Lotus Orb on Doom, he still has BKB, didn't even use it. Keeps the distance while XXS does tick down from all the damage. Ame will need to get some extra farm. Right now, he's straight up not having a good time.
No, he wants to get off this wild ride. But he's happy with it. I think XM's doing a pretty good job, but his farm is kind of lacking as well. That being said, compared to Evo, he's ahead. He's fine. The supports are pretty farmed, everybody but Ollie.
Emo did go for Hand of Midas. He loves to build weird items, I swear. I mean, I always go back to the story when he was building Blink Dagger on Storm Spirit, or Blink Dagger on Ember Spirit, or multiple Divine Rapiers on Ember Spirit.
Always fun to watch the Emo builds. There's been a lot of those, I would say.
No, he definitely became more stable. Like when he was still playing for LGD, when he didn't play for LGD for a long time, I was like, is he gonna be a good fit? Playing under Zhao 8 with this type of a mentality might not just work out in Jinkyu.
He is dead here to Fly. But old 11, he has found himself Ame for a second. It doesn't matter though. Fly is focusing his attention onto Pelosin, and they still want to go. Ame's going to need some help here. Stone Gaze used. XXS, XM near the area. But not enough just yet. They might even continue to find some chase if they can get into the face of Ame. They still have old 11 holding on to this mana burn.
Right now, there's a lot of illusions. Put your position 4 and 5 have illusions to push out the waves, so lanes are never going to be in a good spot. And this is also a cheap way of scouting things out. I don't think I've seen this duo of the support yet in meta.
Roshan being taken. They have the scan. They have the one of the greatest heroes in stopping it in Elder Titan. But we'll see if they can even stop this from happening. The sleep comes through. The Exo is used. This Roche is low. The Silence Thrown out. That's going to land on the Fly. Fissure hits. Ollie's dead. He is dead very early on in the fight, but they go to the BKB. They're going to put the Lotus Orbits on the XM, reflecting some of these spells. Or Splitter. Emo, he's one shot from dead. Astral Step out of there. They got the kill on a Roshan, but it is picked up the Aegis by Fly.
Well finished him off.
Pelosin tipping Jinkyu, knowing that maybe a tip to Emo might piss him off more enough where he starts playing even better, so he tips his ally instead.
Not too bad of a fight for them. Medusa didn't deal that much damage, but the rest of the team did. They had to commit. Lotus Orb came in slightly too late. Ame going for a bit of a different build than what we have seen, even though this build has been popular ever since Medusa has been introduced, because she was meta from the off lane, she was meta from the safe lane as well. Even some position 4, I remember Saksa playing it. You can start to scale later on. But Maelstrom is now completed.
That last fight kind of showing the lack of full-on team fight from Yakult. I mean, also the fact that Ollie is just so vulnerable. He died immediately in that fight.
Not really a surprise. Look at his items.
Yeah.
Headdress and Arcane Boots. These are his items at the moment.
He has caught up a little bit to the Elder Titan, but the other two supports in the game are way ahead. Bobica looking for a 4-staff, has those Vlads, as well as the other pair of drums. Emo. Midas trying to pay off. He is 600 gold away from having this Aghanim Scepter.
Midas slowly paying off.
Dividends. Always looking for the dividends. Shard being built for Templar Assassin. You want to have that extra upgrade on these traps. Get that silence. That could really make things much better. BKB forced out of old 11. And they also get the kill on a Pelosi. I mean, Fly is here. And he's looking for more. He's looking for a kill here onto the Earthshaker, but now XXS comes around. XM's here with the Exorcism, the Hurricane Pike, the right-click damage, doing some
It's
work.
a lot of damage.
But
This
everybody's
Mjolnir.
here for Fly.
Mate, Stone Gaze ready to go. Getting his mana burn
find a way out.
immediately.
Good blink. Good blink to get some distance. Stone Gaze used, but now the fissure lands. Old 11's in trouble. Echo Slam committed. They get the kill on Old 11. He's not able to get the Doom out. The song is not in time. They get the Aegis out of the hands of Fly. They also take out this life of Old 11. Fly, you can see he's got some good damage, but he needs a little bit of help here. He's got Emo. XXS goes in, and he ends up paying for it. And now they're going to go after Ame and XM. They don't have Exorcism anymore. XM on the run, has a Rod of Atos to get some lockdown, throws the silence out, as well as that Rod of Atos to lock down Fly for a moment. Dissimulate, Jinkyu blinks in, has the totem, stuns up Fly. The Meld Strike on a Jinkyu does some decent damage, but the Gorgon's Grasp misses.
They are definitely lacking control. If Earthshaker isn't the one who's getting them stunned in place, the rest of the team is not that good at doing so. And XXS will need to be more careful. He is not as tanky as he thinks, especially jumping into the Void Spirit. But yeah, we saw the damage coming out from Templar Assassin, almost 5,000 damage. Man, Fly, we've seen some really crazy builds from the carries this game. From TI qualifiers so far, mostly coming out from Erica. I think Erica had some really cool stuff. I believe he played Luna as well yesterday when he did go for Diffusal Blade on Luna. And we're seeing Diffusal Blade on Templar Assassin. Mjolnir, Diffusal Blade.
Yeah, the Diffusal will be nice. By the way, I'm replaying the game in my head so far. Have we seen a Sunder?
I don't think so.
I was just curious.
Boboka, like, I don't think he has been in most of these fights anyway.
He was top when that fight
Yeah,
was happening. Bottom.
He's kind of chilling on a different side of the map. This is what 9 class does as well on Terrorblade. He's on a different side. There was like really fun moment during the Dream League where he was sitting on the other side of the map camping for a good like 45 seconds trying to get the Sunder off. I mean, there's always something with this guy whenever he plays TB. I remember one of the games, one of the previous tournaments, where he jumps in, blinks in to try to get the Sunder, and the other hero had Iron Shell on it, so he just dies.
Drums used, and they will find Pelosin. Fly, wicked sick.
Fly is solo carrying this game. He's playing an amazing Dota right now. I really love when we are seeing different item builds, still showing that Dota doesn't necessarily need to be like, must buy this item, especially on certain heroes that it's kind of set to buy the items. But seeing this Mjolnir and Emo,
Rod of Atos silence, and then they've got the fissure follow-up stun. I mean, this is just, it shows how quickly invulnerable this Void Spirit is. Who has the Ags in 1,800 gold. The Midas is paying off a little bit, but you're going to need survivability on this Void Spirit. Stone Gaze committed. Ame really low, but the fissure follow-up. Ame's still alive. Can anybody cut him off at the pass? It doesn't look like it. He's going to be able to back all the way up, and now they've got the sleep. It's on a 2. Jinkyu coming in. They've got the damage to get Fly, and that's a big kill. The look over as the BKB was used by Old 11 and a TP out, but a kill on the Emo and a kill on a Fly is massive for Xtreme Gaming.
Having Earthshaker and ET on the same team, this usually doesn't happen, but both of the supports, and look where Boboka is. He's farming. He's the next core. He wants to get that nullifier. It's a good one, but not sure about all the value that they're going to be getting from it. There's not too many things to remove in this game. Timbersaw didn't go for Aghanim Scepter. You know, you can remove Pavis, and you can remove Enchant Totem. But this is pretty much it, at least for now.
You're talking about what you like about Dota is the fact that there are always different builds, and it is never the same game twice. Millions upon billions of games.
Well, my friend who has 4,000 games on Sniper would disagree. He has a set build. Sometimes he has to change it for the meta, and then he's ready to go. For the next 6 months, he doesn't have to think about what he's buying on the hero.
I was more talking about the pro scene. But,
you never know. This guy could go pro.
Are they in the chat? Are they listening? Can they actually go pro? Give him the hard news right now.
He definitely can. But,
okay.
You never know what can happen. Everybody else stops playing Dota, then he's the only guy left. 1v1 sniper mid against some guy. He wins the tournament. TI 2029. I mean, it might be too early. TI 2040 or something. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, why does Ame have GD Poland bag? Health restoration lost 30%. This item has been buffed. I'm just thinking what he wants to remove from the enemy. And also Vampiric against Doom, which is not the greatest. Sure, if he doesn't get Doomed, getting some of the lifesteal is, again, not the greatest. Neither is spell lifesteal. Interesting. Ame is onto something.
We'll see if he's cooking. If he's cooking with oil or not. Or cooking with gas. Roche seems like it's going to be a longer spawn. About a minute and a half. Aether Remnant connects. Fissure. Now they're out of Atos. Fly in a very precarious position once again. They're going to have a 11 jump forward. He'll throw the Doom. It's going to be on a Jinkyu. That should be a kill at least onto the Earthshaker. That means no Echo Slam. BKB committed from XXS. XM. Spirit Siphon's breaking off. But Fly backed away for a moment. Let's see if they can continue forward and look for Ame. They need that mana to be depleted from Ame. They need the help from Old 11. He's got himself that mana burn still. But they don't exactly want to fight completely into Exorcism, and they push this side of Xtreme back by getting that kill on the Jinkyu. He's dead for 30.
All of that just to get a kill on Jinkyu. Everybody.
Doom was used. I mean, that's
their
a
big
positive.
abilities. Ame still has Stone Gaze, but not much mana to work with.
Yeah, just constantly getting mana burned here by Old 11. They're going to get the tier 2 tower, at least try to. They should be able to get it with the way that Xtreme are positioning themselves. They're not exactly looking for the fight without Jinkyu, who's got Echo Slam and will be ready to jump in with that Blink Dagger when he's alive. But they take the tier 2 tower, they back away from this area of the map, and Xtreme really don't get much of anything.
6k gold lead for them. Roshan, let's see how he's doing. He's about to respawn.
Are you sure?
Another 20 seconds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Fly. Going into Butterfly as his next item, it seems. And Ame also thinking about getting Butterfly after finishing off Scotty.
Okay.
Wants to get as many effects as possible with the Aghanim Scepter. So having AoE Scotty, Mjolnir as well on split shot, it does feel nice.
Did Bobica... Oh, Bobica didn't commit to the
No, I mean,
nullifier.
there's nothing. We said that there's nothing to nullify. They're not building into Yule's Scepter. There's one Glimmer Cape now, Solar Crest. That's about it.
I thought he might build a diffusal or something. I don't know. Just to have the extra. But he wants Yasha right now. See if he commits. He's got 4,000
I think he should start to scale. Drums, Vlads, giving your allies good amount of attack speed, good amount of damage, some extra lifesteal.
Well,
4,000
gold. His heroes are bottom.
Yeah, I think he needs to start to scale. Try to be another core, maybe later build into Scotty as well. Great against Timber, great against Dead Prophet, because others are not going to be buying into Scotty.
Ollie looking for Aghanim Scepter. We'll need some time for that. There's the Disperser for Fly.
Yeah. Makes him much more maneuverable in the fights, where he can remove the silence, move some of the annoying things on him. get hasted in the middle of a fight.
So Bobica now has chosen to go Butterfly.
That's scaling, yeah.
And he's got Butterfly. Fly's got no Butterfly. He was thinking about Butterfly at one point. But he does have Fly in the name. XXS or Splitter now rocking in his area. But Old 11 jumps in. He's got the Doom. It's on to Jin Q once again. They go to the Exorcism. XM's going to come for the top part of this area. He's got the Silence on the Emo, who pops the BKB. They still don't get the kill on any of these heroes just yet. The Doom is exposed and used. But now with the BKB pop by XM, they're not going to get anything out of this. They've used Doom. EXO is used as well. So Xtreme have some time to work with this Exorcism. But the question is, without it, do they want to fight near Roche?
Without EXO, it's very difficult. I'm looking at the minimap. These illusions from Dire are scouting everything. They are blocking the camps. You can see him trying to de-ward as well on one side of the map. It just gets very annoying. They can never push out the lanes. Gem as well, picked up on Nagasaren, Ollie, Guardian Greaves. Doesn't need many items. It's more about survivability, breaking the fight, and then trying to heal the allies up.
We talked about Terribly not wanting the Nullifier because it wasn't really going to be that great of an item for him, but we see that now Emo is the one building it. He's got a Q. He hasn't purchased anything yet.
Once the jump at the target, after seeing Solar Crest and especially seeing Glimmer Cape, you want to get the jump on Earthshaker. You've seen him getting doomed twice in a row. We've seen Dooms actually hating position 4 so far in the qualifiers, where Shadow Shaman has been target of Doom pretty much every single game, and now Earthshaker's getting the same treatment.
Roche now settled in the top pit. Is Ame, Scotty, Mjolnir going back to Butterfly, level 22?
Scotty? What is Scotty? Is that?
That's how I say it.
Do you? I never noticed.
Yeah, you know, you've made fun of me for this millions of times.
I don't think I did. Scotty.
Scotty. That's how I say it.
Why you no buy?
Why you no buy? Scotty. Splitter. It's going to be off the mark. Does sound like an item from Star Wars. Looking at the Doom, Sanjin Yasha, BKB, Drums, Veil, full Shiva's Guard.
Shiva's Guard is the big one. Reducing the healing. They already have Doom. Health Restoration now. From both Dead Prophet, Timbersaw. Butterfly completed on Baboka. Giant Small. Did Timbersaw commit? Yeah, he did. Gleipnir is ready, so bigger AoE.
Yeah, that and the Roderickos for XM.
Still needs... Let's see if he gets the Zune. Because you want to have that extra AoE. Chakrams are going to be massive. 2 more Mad Stones.
Chakrams flying through. Fly taking some decent damage, but now Emo jumps in with the BKB. They're looking for Jinkyu. They're going to throw the Doom, but it's going to be reflected again. This is another 4-position Doom onto Jinkyu, but it doesn't exactly kill him immediately. They go to the song. He is dead walking back. But
last stick of Doom actually killed him. Has buyback available.
Might use it if they dive in too deep. They're still looking over at XXS. Whirling Death does a lot of damage on Old 11. Fly standing his ground up against Ame. Old 11 does have that mana burn, so constantly using it onto the Medusa. You're just looking for the opportunity that maybe they feel comfortable to go for
a lot of
but
flow.
I would say
140 move speed with Scotty.
Fly. They need to be careful on this Templar Assassin. They've got Gem, but it's on XM, who's actually not even near the fight.
Look what Bowick is doing while all this is happening. He's pushing the bottom lane, knowing that if they move 5 heroes to the mid lane, he's going to take their barracks. He has Vlad's Butterfly on TV. Bullison is dead.
Yeah, he's dead. No Elder Train. That's actually pretty big. If they can get the kill here on XXS, That would set them up potentially for Roche, but now Fly, no refraction. He finally gets it off again. Ami's going to stand his ground. He's going to get the kill on a Templar Assassin and Old
Needs
11.
one more hit.
He's alive.
Blink dagger.
At least for the moment, has the blink, gets away.
The aura actually keeping him alive. Guardian Greaves aura giving him extra armor and regeneration. Boboka pushing the bottom lane. As we said, somebody needs to address this. XXS is going to be the one.
He's going to try. He's saved the tier 3 for now. They're trying to go into Roche. They've still got this exorcism going. But is anybody going to be willing to make the move to jump in onto this? They do not have Song, and Emo's not by the pit. So Roche is going to be claimed here by Xtreme Gaming.
Ame will pick it up. Ame also getting closer to his level 25. Extra 40 intelligence is a lot, but so is Mana Burn. Mana Burn on Doom, this ability does scale. So once you get to the 4 times target's intelligence, it is a lot.
Big items coming out. Hurricane Pike, Nullifier, Hex for the Death Prophet.
Can we see the damage, please? I want to see damage dealt by Boboka in the fight, because I feel like this is right now sitting at some 6,000-7,000 maybe max. Doesn't feel like he's been doing anything. All right, 7,000. That was not too far away.
Doom used. Leitner, though, comes through. They're looking to get this kill onto XXS. It looks pretty dead, but the Echo Slam committed. They try Song. Is this to follow up with more or to leave? It looks like it's to try and escape, and they'll get the kill on XXS and then back away. Yeah, this Outworld staff almost saving him.
It's a very good item. It's one of my favorite items. Kind of sad we removed Ogre's Seal Totem. That item was OP. This was the counter to Nullifier. And now you have this. It's not as good as Ogre's Seal Totem, but still gets the job done.
I miss Ogre Seal Totem. Too good of an item, though. Daedalus almost finished for Templar Assassin. Flyfly's doing the damage, but so is Ame, who's sitting top of the net worth by 3,000. He can stand his ground and really make Yakult suffer if given the openings, and we saw that in the triangle a little while ago. They have just not been able to crack the shell yet of this Xtreme Gaming high ground. They've been controlling the game for the first 40 minutes, but you are definitely feeling the impact of Ame and Farm.
Finally, this Medusa feels ready. Is level 25 right now, sitting at 2.6k mana pool at the moment. But illusions are causing a lot of trouble. Throughout this whole game, they can't push. They can't go. Like, I don't remember last time we've seen them go across the river.
No, they really haven't been able to do so. Boboka is just putting the pressure on these illusions. Really a pain in the butt. He's going into the Scotty next.
Yeah, I really love that choice.
He is scaling. He has got 20,000 net worth on this Terrorblade.
With 7,000 damage. Eventually, I guess you need to start dealing the damage. Use all that farm that you're getting. It's not that he's stealing away farm from his team, because he's farming on the other side of the map where nobody else wants to farm.
Success will be fine. A little fake hype there. Not really using this Aegis for much yet. Out of Atos, Demon Zeal, Silence, Jinkyu looking for the stun, Exorcism even committed. They've got the Fissure to follow it up. Boboka, there's a Lotus Sword. He can't sunder. And he's dead.
DP committing with Exo. Maybe he could have popped the Echo Slam even on the ground, but Shard would still give them stun. And look at the damage from Ame.
Emo forced to BKB.
Boboka has been shut down. That's what's important. And now
for 50 seconds,
Naga Siren's going to be doing the same thing as Boboka. So is Fly. Forcing out the Glyph immediately. Naga Siren Illusions in the mid lane, trying to cut the creep wave as well. This is just so annoying, so obnoxious to play against. Eventually, they will need to take the fight. Fly, pushing out the bottom lane, did kill the tower.
They glyph, so he might just be able to get this Rax. So the 2-3 top being pushed by Ame.
Backdoor protection. He can do it. Yeah, eventually he will get it.
Takes the melee Rax.
Ame
Resets that glyph.
20 seconds.
Still, top set of racks. I mean, nobody is going for it. Terrorblade's finally back alive, and they've got the top set of racks for free. They have barely crossed the river, but now they've got this Aegis, and they were able to put the confidence in to go and get themselves a Rax for free. I mean, no contest there from Yakult, who are trying to get a Rax of their own, and they do get the melee Rax bottom. But man, this is Yakult kind of just giving up that top lane, and that's going to be now potentially an issue pushing in naturally.
Minimap tells a story how this game has been played out in the last 25-30 minutes, where both of the supports are constantly pushing the waves. Not much you can do. They can't take the fight. Boboka has been sitting in this bottom lane for a really long time, applying pressure. If they can find an opening, if they can find one good kill, maybe even Naga Siren needs to start scaling, start thinking about getting the bigger items.
Naga Siren has 4,100 gold to get this Aghanim Scepter. Remember with the days of Ali having no farm. And yeah, now he's got 14,700 gold, way ahead of this Elder Titan. Decide to pick up the Ags if he wants. Push not up for another 2 minutes. 9,000 net worth lead here for Yakult. Neither team really looking to fight just yet. You've got Boboka still farming on the top end of the map. He wants the Scotty, and now we just travel 2 on Emo. Jump in, looking over at XXS. But now they have found Old 11 who jumped in. Firefly is going to try and help with some of this damage. The Air Splitter is going to fly a little bit short of this Doom, but Emo jumps forward. They've got the silence with the Resonant Pulse and the Dissimulate to get the distance away. It's hard to catch these heroes. They are quite elusive, and the whole time this is allowing the Boboka Illusions to push up in top.
Boboka taking the enemy outpost on the other side, and we'll start to push the tier 2 tower. This is not the most fun game to play for Boboka, but this is the type of a game that he needs to play. He might be actually one of the few guys that actually enjoys doing this.
Smile on his face the entire time. Tier 2 tower top is going to be in trouble, while at the same time they get the kill into Xingqiu. So now XM commits with that Exorcism.
Boboka going for the high ground. Double catapult wave.
How long are you going to feel comfortable to just take this fight? If it's a long, drawn-out fight, and now you've lost the Elder Titan, they might be able to make you pay and get themselves a center axe in the top lane if they hold them off their base, but they are able to get back, and they also use this glyph. But now Firefly, he's right by this Rax, so he's going to be able to take the range Rax, at least. The top tier 3's in some trouble. They are pushing these lanes and really starting to try to overwhelm Xtreme Gaming, who don't have their supports for another 30 seconds. Firefly protected by the Aether Remnant, or at least anybody coming in close, he's protected by that Aether Remnant.
They can't. This is one of the few times where you can see a team pushing 2 lanes at the same time without getting punished.
No look for Ame. Lotus Sword, BKB, buyback committed from Pelosin.
Boboka
only uses that song.
He's got to get the Rax in the top lane.
Using that song, controlling them, gets himself the range Rax. There is nobody able to stop Boboka, and he is able to TP out. So these buildings just, I mean, they're not fighting in this crazy amount, but I mean, it's working. The buildings are done.
They're in their heads. It's impossible to deal with it. Look at the damage numbers. 17 damage dealt by Naga Siren, 0 by ET, and 10,000-11,000 by Templar Assassin and Boboka. Really glad that he decided to pick up the scaling items, has Vlad's, has drums, and then after that he's like, well, let's see, Force Staff, Hurricane Pike, Butterfly, and now Eye of Scotty. Pretty much 6-slotted. He can still get rid of some of these items, some of these smaller ones, which he just did, and we'll be going for Shadow Blade. It'll be even more annoying. They will have to go for Hail Mary type of a play. XM with Exorcism, Ame, go for the high ground. Maybe even start thinking about going Divine Rapier. It's not the best.
The creep wave. They're in on
They're in on
XXS. They doomed him. He's dead. They're going to try and get the tier 3 over mid, but at the same time, they're looking to push in the backdoor protection here. So now Xtreme Gaming, they're thinking about going into the tier 4s. They're like, hey, we've got backdoor. You're going to try and base race. We'll TP you back. And now tier 4 is going to drop. XM, Ame doing the damage, trying to finish off this game, or at least put the side of Yakult in such a bad
protection.
way. They're going to buy back on XXS. As Bobica, he is in on the towers again. And they got the throne exposed. So Ame's going to stand here. Now they've got the backdoor on the throne, so it's not going to be doable for Xtreme, but both teams playing this non-fight, just building-oriented game.
Yeah, they don't want to take the fight. Ame buying clarity at 49 minutes into the game on Medusa to have a little bit of extra oomph. And thinking about bots too, but I also think he might, because if he buys bots too, he can be in the base, deal with this rat that Bobica has been for the last 30 minutes, and then TP to a fight if they're pushing. But I could also see him maybe get another damage item, get a Divine Rapier. Refresher as well, picked up on Doom.
Scotty on Emo, on Terrorblade. They are forward, they are across the river, but still, Bobica lurks. I've seen a lot of rats in the trains of New York City in the tunnels areas and throughout the entire city, but Bobica,
he's
he
the
is
biggest
a big
one.
rat.
Yeah, he's the master splinter. And the 4 Ninja Turtles in the base, turtling, trying to defend.
Michelangelo, Donatello. The other 2, Leonardo. I don't know the other ones. I don't know the last one, but 17,000 net worth lead, but Raphael, yeah. 17,000 net worth lead, but the throne's exposed. Now they're going to find Ame. They get the Doom. It's not going to be reflected this time, but the Echo Slam comes in from JQ. The damage with the Earth Splitter. All to 11 and Emo taken out, but Bobica's in on the base. How long are you willing to go for this? He will look for your tier 4s.
Old 11.
He's got one.
He doesn't have buy. Old 11. Bought refresher.
He does not have buy, but Jinkyu's back. Bobica's still trying for this base, and now... Wait a second.
They do see him. Jinkyu has gem.
I was going to say, there's no way this Shadow Blade works, surely. They got the kill on Ali. They also took out the Nagasar. Is going to be forced to buy back. Bobica will eventually die. Can he get a Sunder finally in the game? Lotus Orb? Oh my god, Bobica can never use this Sunder. Meanwhile, Fi has to run away from XM.
It is time to try to go and finish the game. There's the Divine Rapier. Instead of going for bots too, he did buy it. And he's sitting on 4,000 gold. They should have a pretty good read that Doom doesn't have buyback. He just bought bots too. He bought Refresher Orb, and they're ready to go. They're ready to close it out.
They don't have a glyph. I don't really know how you stop this. Fly is just going to die. Has buyback, but by the time you get back into the face of Ame, I think you just lose your throne, and you will. GG called. Xtreme Gaming down 17,000 net worth. They just lost the game on Yakult and Xtreme. They steal away game 2.